I mean, I'm what you call a fringe person. Have you heard of fringe people? We're people on the fringe of society. We're never really mainstream. Being homeless, we're pretty happy because we don't have to try to fit in anymore. We kind of accept each other and all our idiosyncrasies, you know. And I know several vets who come from the kind of bad childhoods and they ran to the military. It's just a way out of home, of wherever they're at. Maybe another vet, you know, or person will hear this and be like, oh, I'm not the only one. My name's Danielle Jones, and I'm an Air Force veteran.
So you prefer more like a star symbol?
I've been doing art since I was 5 years old. I think for me it was a way to sort of express myself, to spend some time self-reflecting. I'm Anna. I'm a graphic designer specializing in illustration and web design. I think the creative process for me on some level started back when I picked her up. She was revealing some things about her life, about herself. And in that moment already, I could tell that she has a great story that needs to be told.
Do you have friends that are homeless?
I've dealt with it myself, and I'm just coming out of it again.
Yeah.
I think I finally have overcome my instability problems. I know women and men who have sat on the same piece of corner for 10, 20 years. And like some women, they can barely walk. Their legs are swollen. It's a crazy life. I mean, it smells horrible. Who wants to be down there? Probably what it's like to be homeless anywhere is what it's like to be homeless in LA. You feel like nobody cares. You feel like it's never gonna end. Oh, you don't really sleep well. You're exhausted all the time. And in my case, you know, in the beginning, you know, you're on drugs. And I've never really been around addiction. I lived in LA 7 years, 8 years, and I didn't know what Skid Row was. I'd never been there. I was like so naive to the whole thing. And so, yeah, then one day I took a hit and I said, I want more. I want more. And then 6 months later, no kids, no cars, no career, no home. Skid Row. I heard that crack there.
I think my first breakthrough was when I heard her story of addiction and hardship. It's so powerful when people who go through that decide to tell their story, because certain bravery that comes with that, and her being so open about it just really kind of opened up the horizons of, okay, we can talk about all of these things, you know, nothing's off limits, and that's great, because then we can make our message so much more powerful.
I've been out for like 20 years. I'd been on Skid Row like 4 or 5 years. And the vet told me, he's like, oh, you serve? And he's like, why don't you go up the street and get housing? I said, up the street where? He said, the VA. I was like, yeah, I guess I have benefits. That's right. You know, well, what does that mean? He's like, go and ask him. I went to a 6-month program there, just like I would go like 3 times a week. And they have like living skills and like PTSD and anger management classes. And it really helped a lot. A lot.
You know, finding your true self, going from having a terrible situation at home and kind of breaking out of that vicious cycle.
Danielle kept saying that she believes love is what helped her throughout her life and what prevented the circumstances from warping her, the person who she truly is. So that's why the heart and the design signifies that love has been protecting her in her life and what got her to the point where she is right now.
Somehow, at some point, I arrived at a labyrinth. A labyrinth is an ancient symbol that relates to wholeness. It combines the imagery of the circle and the spiral into a meandering but purposeful path. It represents a journey to our own center and back again out into the world.
I think a lot of people get lost in life. And, you know, you have to be true to yourself to get on your true path, because everyone's path is different. You know, you want to do what, you know, your parents think you should do, or people say, oh, that's a good job, or that's a good choice for you, or that's a good mate for you. I mean, nobody knows what's right for you but you.
Danielle is someone who really cares about other veterans, about her community, and wants to give back to it. Creating a design that could potentially also empower that community, and that the other veterans can relate to, that was extremely important.